Good morning, YouTube. It is 9:12 a.m. Just got the rent paid. Yay. 9:12 a.m. Saturday morning. Oh goodness, I forgot the date. I'm shooting on my NUU Obama phone. I figure I've been shooting enough video today. I'm probably hurting for space on the iPhone, and that's just never a good thing. Saturday, February 5th. This is turning out to be such a better month than last month. It's so much better than December. So, last time I walked this direction was shooting video. There were guys putting these grave sites in. Looks like they're actually working on it a little further over. I had no idea they did it like this. This is fascinating. I remember seeing those cement things up and realizing, wow, that's actually what the caskets get entombed in. Silly me, I thought they were just buried in the ground. But come to find out, nah, these things are, looks like about, well, there's the old phrase, 6 feet, you'd be 6 feet under. And it does look like the bottom of those things are actually further than 6 feet under. But it looks like the top of them, they've got lids, cement lids, and it looks like they're about, eyeballing it, I'd say maybe about 3 feet, 2 feet-ish. Below where the surface is. But I would have never guessed that they put them in like little cells that tightly packed. Who would think I would be learning a fun fact about cemeteries today? Oh, and look at this. These ones over here got the plot number spray painted on them. Or not. Yeah, 59 to 59, 69, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 26, 25. That's 59, 58. Yeah, some of those are plot numbers. Oh man, what was it? What was that? There's this. My brain is so damn dysfunctional. It's making me think of just looking at the numbers on those. Oh, and here you see they're filling the dirt over the top of them, and of course those are empty grave plots. So look at the plan is to fill it with dirt above, and then sprinkler system above that, and then grow the grass back. And then as people who have pre-purchased grave plots die, that's where they go, at St. Francis Catholic Cemetery. Good times. Hey, at least when you have neighbors like this, they're not too loud and they're not too rowdy. That's a good thing. It reminds me of this argument I had one time with one of my neighbors about just talking about crap on the other side of it. Thinking to myself, what are you talking about? 48th Street is a cemetery. Are there I don't know about? I think I said that to her and it pissed her off. I still to this day have no idea who she was talking about. And yeah, other side of 48th Street, the cemetery. It's been a cemetery for a long time, certainly longer than I've lived here. Used to be, speaking in the last video about properties getting cleared out and townhomes going in, this used to be one of those kind of properties. Had a couple of houses and like a garage built on it. I don't think it was a business. I think it was a residence. But a guy that had, just a large garage in his private residence. And it looks to be, just eyeballing it, I'd say it's probably about a half-acre lot-ish. Maybe more like a quarter acre. I've got a mental image in my head. My stepfather and his father, always been my grandfather in my head. They had an exact square. One of my childhood homes growing up in Wyoming. So I've got that pretty mentally ingrained as far as like how big a perfect square acre is. And it looks to be about a fourth of that. So anyway, pretty recently those buildings were all raised. And I would assume a developer's getting ready to put some townhouses there. That seems to be the thing. That building's pretty new there too. I'm not quite sure what that is. 5002 East Oak. But yeah, everything else over here. Well, and there's a school there, Orangedale School. But yeah, everything else over here is St. Francis Catholic Cemetery. I think it's nice. Cemeteries go. They recently redid this wall and made it really, really nice. But it was a similar wall before. They just kind of redid it and made it look nicer. I like the fact there's mature trees, and unlike a lot of modern cemeteries, they actually have gravestones that are upright. I find the ones that are flat that they can run the lawnmowers over just painfully boring. And then they've got, I guess it's considered a mausoleum. They have an upright building, caskets into that. I had a good friend that passed. Honestly, it's been probably about, I forget how many years it's been, probably about 7 years ago-ish. I know it was after Priscilla and I were dating. And it's really hurting my soul that I can't remember his name. It was this elderly guy, and I mean elderly. He was 80-ish. And he showed up to my karaoke show at the Goathead Saloon, pulling an oxygen tank with the little tubes going into his nose. And the crowd that generally went there was a hard rock crowd. And I mean like they're doing Korn and Metallica and Godsmack, and like that was kind of the musical vibe that was happening at that location. I'm into all kinds of music. I can get down, like, I thoroughly enjoy the R&B and soul and hip hop and old school funk that happens at Bullock's. But I was enjoying the hard rock that was going on at Goathead Saloon as well, and alt rock. And this guy comes in that's just, you know, almost, not quite, almost as old as my grandfather, and certainly old enough to be my grandfather. And he's walking with an oxygen tank, and I'm just like, my first thought was, what the hell is this guy doing here? This guy's gonna hate this. And he sang old songs, but he did them with so much passion and so much personality that all the 20, 30, and 40-something hard rockers, just everybody loved him. And God, it's killing me. I can't remember his name. But unfortunately, he was only got to be a friend of mine for about a year, and after that, he got cancer pretty bad, and it just kind of withered him away and didn't survive it. But at least he went out having a good time, and went to some of my other shows as well. And right before he passed, he went on a road trip by himself, and I remember him telling me that a bunch of his relatives advised him against, well, you shouldn't be doing that, you know, at your age and your health, you shouldn't be doing it. And when he got back, he was so invigorated, just like, God, I'm so glad I did that. And if anything, it really reminded me of just how short and precious life is, you know. I mean, he got to take one more trip, you know, and go across the country in his car and visit friends. And that was literally the last time. Like, had he not decided to do that trip and followed the advice of his other friends and family, I told him to go for it. You feel up to this? You got the money? Yeah. I'm like, dude, do it. Why the hell not? Keep in touch. See when you get back. You know, had he not done it, he'd have never got another chance, you know. So, oh man, now I'm thinking of that guy, I was just gonna be, I'll mention him to Priscilla. I'm sure Priscilla will remember his name right away. She's always good with names. And I remember why she wasn't at his funeral. But I generally don't go to funerals. I'm not at funerals, but that guy just really, really touched my life in such a way and had such an impact on me, and was just so not what his first, you know, visual impression was on me. That and it just got to the point where, like, we'd email each other all the time, just stupid jokes and stuff, and And I got him to try some songs that were a little out of his element, newer stuff, some pop stuff, some rock stuff, and he was down to try it too. The guy was just so so positive, had just so much. Oh, it's killing me. I can't remember his name. Gotta ask Priscilla what the hell that guy's name was. Anyway, what made me think of him was those the upright things that the caskets go in, because when I went to his funeral, that's where they placed his casket, was up, and they had a lift and they eased it into one of those as opposed to putting it in the ground, and it looked just like that. You know, and it bugs me that I've never made it back to visit his gravesite, because I swore that I would, and now it's been so long I'd be a little hard pressed to remember exactly where it was. Need to definitely do that though when I get a car. It was kind of funny too, because his brother, who looked just about like him but a good solid 10 years younger, he kind of approached me afterwards and asked where I knew if I was a friend of his brother, if I was at the right place. And when I started telling him stories about him, he's like, he's mentioned you. He's mentioned you. You know, says you've been a good friend to him the last year. You know, he's definitely mentioned you, and he's been so excited. And I really regret that I never made it out to see him sing at your show, as he was really excited and enthused about that. Oh. God's killing me. I can't think of his name. Anyway, at this point, I'm so stuck on trying to remember what his name was. I can't even focus to do anything else. I'm almost home. I'm gonna cut this out. Hopefully the file that's stopping me from getting these uploaded has fixed itself. If you're seeing this, that problem has either resolved itself or I've given up and moved on. But anyway, thanks for coming with me on this fun walk, and hope you learned a little something about graveyards.